llamas!
That must mean we're live. Hello. Still back for another session. We're coming to the tail end of it, I think. One or two more snippets to do, and that's about it.
That's all she wrote?
And then the Lost Mines of Phandelver will be done.
Why is it called Phandelver? Is the mines called Phandelver?
No. The town is called Phandalin. So you're delving around Phandalin.
That's stupid.
It kind of is. The cave is called Wave Echo Cave. It's the technical, what they call the cave in the story. So, I don't know where they're getting Phandelver from. Should be the Lost Mines of Phandalin. But, I don't name modules. I don't even run them that often.
Yeah, the last time we played Harried.Cherie, it took us a year and a half to complete.
Yeah, those are my homebrewed campaigns.
That's what I mean. It took us a year and a half to complete it. And at the end of it, you named it just because I made a stupid jokes, and you named it Tyrannosaurus Rex campaign.
Mm-hmm. Tyrannosaurus Rex. What happens when a druid turns into a dinosaur?
Because it got angry.
Which is unusual that that's even allowed, but hey, D&D rules allow for it because dinosaurs are a monster that's in the monster manual, and they classify it as beasts, so it's allowed. Fucked up. But book legal. Which is always odd. So,
Tyrannosaurus angry.
the druid Chiron and his allies have now been leveled to level 4, specifically because they were able to defeat the young green dragon and stop it from escaping by knocking its ass to the ground.
Which you apparently did not want us to do.
No, I frankly wanted it to get into the air so it could breath weapon you and fly the fuck away. But I didn't get my way.
You barely ever get your way.
It's because you use tactics.
I'm sorry?
You should be. You should be apologizing for that.
You know, some people will be like, oh, wait, you're the one that gave her the tactic. You're the one that said, I'll get it from the top.
That's called playing in character. When you play characters that have good intelligence, you don't automatically make them stupid. I get annoyed when people do that. When you have NPCs that have a rolled intelligence, and then you just arbitrarily dumb them down. I think it's wrong. I think it's a shining example of poor game mastering and game masters that don't know how to handle anything. But I'm overly picky when it comes to...
Did you just say picky?
Picky when it comes to being a game master and watching how other people game master as well. Which is why I have a very hard time of actually finding a play group that I can be a player in and not have to be the game master.
Looks like we downed a whole bunch of beverages when we actually didn't. We just picked up bottles. Is there... Yeah, there's a dog in there. Shona, you want this? You want this bottle? Okay, no we don't. Do you want this?
She does. She's just not awake yet. Take it. You can stop growling. Go then. Mini Cthulhu's! Mini Cthulhu's! Mind flares. Mini Cthulhu's! Mini Cthulhu's.
What was that? It looked like a snitch. Up one.
Modron.
Garbage. Garbage. Garbage.
No thick! One-eyed giant purple people eater.
Does it have one horn?
One eye. Doesn't have any horns.
One-eyed, one horn, flying
Purple people eater. One-eyed, one horn, flying purple people eater.
One-eyed, one horn, flying purple people eater.
We are not nerds. We are not weird. We are unique, eccentric, special. I was always thought I was special. I went to school with a helmet.
If you would have went to a school with a helmet, you would have been in more trouble than you actually were because you would have broken bones.
Yeah, for the amount of people I headbutted when I was a kid.
You would have also led to countless amounts of thousands of dollars of damage in your apartment complex.
Yeah, that's all very accurate. What are you doing, dog?
She's chewing a bottle. Oh, unrelated topic.
Unrelated?
Yes. Charlotte is going in for radiation therapy.
That's good, isn't it?
It's not going to do anything except prolong her life. They're hoping it'll give her a year, 2 years, instead of just a year, 6 months-ish.
If it's not going to fix it, you shouldn't do it.
She's still only like 28 and has a lot more life to live. They're trying to give her more time to finish all the things she wants to do.
More time of being sick, bedridden, hospitalized, and unable to do the things that they're trying to help her actually do.
She's not a dog. We can't put her down. She's a human being.
I understand that, but if you are suffering with chemo, then that's like radiation therapy. That's just stupid.
Radiation therapy isn't like chemo. It doesn't make you sick.
It doesn't?
No. Linda went through 6 months of radiation therapy when they found out she had a thyroid problem. Because if they didn't reverse it, it would kill her. She had hyperthyroidism. They can only treat hypothyroidism effectively. And her hyperthyroidism was literally eating her alive. That's why sometimes you see Linda, she has a little blue dot down here. Because they put a little tattoo on whenever they... So they always hit the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little tattoo.
I did not know that. So, the next morning will arrive while you're in your safety of your grove, and it's a nice day now that the rainstorm has finally passed. You know, about 12 degrees, it's cool, nice clear weather. You're summoned to the main grove where Vapotor is.
Pretty soon this guy will not be able to summon me much longer.
Yeah.
I'm almost as powerful as he is.
Yeah, he's 9th level.
What's the max level of spell in this campaign?
9.
I thought you could only have 7 levels of spells.
No, 9. 9 spell levels.
Why'd you say 5 the other day?
He only has access to 5th level spells.
No, the other day, like when we first started, you said this doesn't have as many spell levels.
I have no idea what you're referring to. Oh, that was a good burp.
You're gross.
I am gross, but it was still a good burp. When you get out into the main area, you can see 4 people that are about, your age overall for maturity level and such.
Oh, you upped my mana.
3 elves and a human. 3
Alright.
wood elves and a human. You see Vapotor. I talked to the recent graduates. Let them know about what's happening in Phandelver and that you were looking to find some people that were willing to start their travels by starting there. These are the ones that said yes. You recognize them all because you all trained at the same time. You have Vittorius. You have...
One second. Wait! I think I'm on day 28. I'm actually marking it down because it's relevant to when I find that other dude.
First one's name is...
Wait! Jesus!
The first one's name...
Oh my god! Joseph Walker Sullivan!
Yes? I just got yelled at. But you didn't. So play safe. You gonna hit me?
No, I'm gonna put sparkles on your side of the bed.
No, I don't want glitter herpes. I really hope the word glitter was picked up by the mic.
Glitter herpes.
There we go.
They want
First
to
one's
explain
name.
what glitter herpes is.
Everybody knows what glitter herpes is.
No.
If you don't, Google it.
It's
Actually, I'm going to check that to make sure you can Google that.
probably in the Urban Dictionary.
Glitter herpes.
Urban Dictionary?
Glitter herpes. Urban Dictionary. Images. There we go. Yeah, it's safe for work.
Glitter is the herpes of craft supplies. Yes, yes it is.
Yes, it is. So the first one's name.
Is this the human or the wood elf?
These are the wood elves I'm doing first.
So there's 3 wood elves in total.
3 wood elves and a human. The first wood elf's name is Vitorius, or Vitoris, Virtoris.
Okay, Virtoris?
I-S.
Vitoris. Vitoris?
Vitoris.
Wood elf and gender?
Male.
Well, there are very few male druids.
The next one's name is Omajor. Omajor. Omajor.
Wood elf?
Yep. Male. This is a wood elf female. Valvanese. Valbanise.
Lebanese. Valbanise.
Yep. And then the human's name is. Oh, crap. Where'd it go? Bloody hell. Had it a moment ago. Here we go. Dimitra.
Okay, D-I-N?
M is in mother.
M-I-T.
T-R-I-J. Dimitrich.
J is probably silent.
Probably.
Dimitri's. Yeah. Or Demetria.
So, those are the names of the people you know. You went to school with them. You trained with them.
Is that human male or female?
Male.
God damn, we have a lot of male.
There are a lot of male druids.
In our last game? No, there wasn't.
Not in the last game. The last game was a lot of female druids.
A lot. I am the lizard queen!
Fucking anything that has 2 legs.
Hey, she's a druid. She's just procreating. So, are some of these being left at the ruins, or are they all coming to Phandelver?
Oh, you hear from Vattor. By no means are these younglings going anywhere near those ruins. They are to go with you to Phandalin, and they will stick around Phandalin until such a time where they think that they're willing to travel elsewhere. In the meantime, while they are there, they are to do as much good as they can. And who knows, 1 or 2 might even decide to stay there for a long period. It is a nice town. As for the ruins...
There's a actually really small, nice woods in there that would be perfect for them to house up in.
Myself and some of my friends, from whenever I used to travel, are going to go to the Thundertree ruins and take care of what's left there.
There was a dragon. You will find a dragon corpse that has been pretty much gutted and skinned.
That is still an impressive feat.
I'm kind of ahead.
So, is your character going to grab the horses?
I'm noticing a math problem.
What?
Okay. There's me, Kyron. And I can easily take Balvany's on my horse. The only female.
They each have their own horses, which I was about to say.
So, who's Grim gonna horse with?
He's your friend. You hear from Balvany's.
How about this? Grabs a couple twigs, snaps one off of them short. We take turns. Who does them first so the horse doesn't get exhausted. We'll switch at noon and supper.
So there's the 4, then there's 1, 2, 3.
7 horses, 8 people.
Yeah. So.
But I understand that the young druids would not want to be with them. So me, you, and him, there's 3 sticks.
1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. 1 and 2.
I have them for the first part. 1 second, grabs all sticks again.
Tybalt.
You have them for second. Jason, you have them last end. I don't want the horses getting exhausted.
Fine with me here from Jason. As you guys start heading through the woods to head back to Phandelver. Now, here's the thing. Traveling across, straight down through the Neverwinter Wood, to go from your grove all the way down to Phandelver is in a straight shot, because you don't have any reason not to, is going to take you approximately 23 hours. So you can push it to 2 days. It'll be a long 2 days, but you can push it to 2 days.
But if we take a road, it'll increase our speed.
And take you 5 times longer. Because you have to go through here to get to the road, and then take the road all the way down on a curve, and then a trail all the way up, and then down again. It's actually faster to go cross-country through the woods than to go cross-country through the wilds to the road, then take the road down, then over, then down.
What if we followed the river down most of the way so we could stay on the banks and keep our speed?
You're still going to have the same outcome. It's still just going to be just as fast just to go straight shot.
No, what is that?
Like what? What are you talking about?
See the river where we're starting?
Here?
Yeah. Follow that to the next bank.
This way?
Yeah, now go this way. And this way.
Yeah. And the slight increase you're going to get on speed, do the math. Straight shot, slight increase in speed to go, whoop. You've already gone farther. Whoop. You've now gone over twice the distance. Whoop. For the slight increase of speed, unless your speed will legitimately more than double, you will end up taking more time. Because for what you're thinking, it'd be great if this direction cost you more than half of your speed.
What?
Reach for her so she shuts up.
I'm not reaching for her. Jump. Come on.
Because of you being a druid and you guys have your trails that you set, you're not losing more than half of your speed. If you were losing more than half of your speed, your option would be the right option. But you don't take into account, you're a fucking druid. You guys have your own trails that are hidden and set up. Therefore, you can travel through your woods faster than normal people can. If you weren't there, yes, sticking to the bank would end up saving you a little bit of time in the long run, despite the fact you're actually traveling a greater raw distance. But you're a druid, and this is your druid woods. So it's actually faster for you to just take a straight shot and take the trails and pathways that you guys already have in those woods.
The only thing I'm saying, we're going to take a wide berth around that castle. You do not want to get spotted.
Where's the castle?
Doesn't matter if I know where it is. Grim does.
He knows where it is about somewhere in this area.
Okay, then we just jut out before we get there.
Yeah. So based on when you would be leaving in the morning, it's going to take you about 14 hours. So 7, 9. It'll be about 10 o'clock at night by the time you'd reach Phandelver, but you can get there in 2 days. It'll be really late in the evening. Is that what you're going to do?
Mm-hmm.
Well, whenever you get everything together, Uthgrim's looking at you going, part of me would like to go to Neverwinter to sell the hide, but you are heading south to Phandelver. Is that the town that is south of here, off the trail?
Yes. The small one, not the big one.
They will not accept the hide there. They will not pay me a good price for it.
No. And why don't we take you halfway there till we get to the edge of the trees? You can go to Neverwinter, and if for whatever reason you want to meet back up with us, after this, we're heading down to Waterdeep. I'm planning to meet my friend there. I told him, first tavern on the left.
When we leave the woods, I will head towards the high road and travel north to Neverwinter.
You'll be backtracking a little.
I have nowhere to go. I survived.
If for whatever reason you want to join us, you're looking over at Jason and Tybalt. I'm assuming you two don't mind if he meets us in
A
Waterdeep?
heavy hitter like that? I'm okay with it. You hear it from Jason. Our group needs a heavy hitter.
You sound like you're recruiting him for a job position.
How much do you pay?
See? What you find.
Equal share in anything we find on our travels between here and Waterdeep.
And any weapon that would benefit you over us.
We still have 2 more places to go to before we're done dealing with everything we're dealing with.
Even if you want to hit up Sandal and wait for us to come back.
You have my services until you are done your task.
So are you going up to Neverwinter?
I will hold on to everything and wait. I will sell it all at Waterdeep. The first day of travel is uneventful, unless you're doing anything specific. The Druids...
Fart?
No.
You! Danky!
I thought that was you.
No, it's not me! Look at her all proud of herself sniffing it.
That stinks. That smells like rotten eggs.
No!
So, the people you grew up with and trained with just are basically talking about you because they want to hear the story of how you slayed the dragon. They want to have every detail on that story. How did you slay a dragon? Tell us all about it.
He's leaving it up to the wizard.
The wizard's currently trying to decipher a codex, so he's engulfed in his book as he's writing like this.
I don't know about you, Tybalt, but I think it'd be wiser if we stuck Jason on the back of my horse and gave Grim Jason's horse.
I agree.
Because he's veering his into trees.
He looks up. What?
Come here.
What?
Come here.
There's no trouble at the moment.
No. You just keep running the horse into trees.
He goes over.
You take his horse, you okay with that?
Yep, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Grim, you can take the other horse?
Yep.
Come on, Jason.
He goes over.
Means Tybalt, you either get Jason or Grim, depending on how Jason figures out this codex or not. Because I'm not having this horse running any more shit.
I agree.
Looking back at Jason.
What? I'm trying to figure out this guy's notations and cipher. He's got some useful spells in here from what I can see. And I got a couple good scrolls too. Pass one, lightning bolt. From that dragon horde. Grab the lightning bolt scroll. That spell is beyond useful. Don't want to use it though until I can be absolutely sure we need it.
And there's weird family stories in my line about how my goddess, who is my great grandmother somewhere, some amount of greats. I'm uncertain as she lived a really fucking long time.
Not surprising she was a druid. Druids have the capacity to extend their lifespans.
For all I know, she could have changed her identity and name and still be alive.
It happens.
But there's tales about how she wed a demon. And when he pissed her off, she would frequently electrocute his ass. But apparently he was immune to it, so he would giggle about it and then run away. I don't know if this is true. It sounds like crap to me.
It does sound like a story you would tell children, to be honest.
He also used to apparently eat poop.
Yeah, now it's definitely a story you tell children.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
More than a bit. And the first day goes by uneventful. Nothing happens.
Oh, we sit down for lunch. I make Jason take his head out of the book and explain the dragons to the druids.
He will.
Because that's his story. Because otherwise, he is never going to get a pair of balls. He doesn't own the story. He'll never actually have his balls to send, and he'll keep hiding. You know what I mean?
He'll tell the story. He puts the emphasis on Tybalt, you, and Uthgrim, though, because you guys were the ones that did a lot of damage to the damn thing.
Okay, what about you? You trapped it, faked it out, and hit it just as much as every other one of us.
Yeah, but Uthgrim actually went up and slashed it repeatedly with his blades.
Tybalt
stopped it from flying away and then jumped from the top of a 40-foot tower.
Because he's stupid.
Reckless. Ruggedly, handsomely reckless. You hear from Tybalt.
I'm looking at the wood elf. Is she debating it?
He does have the highest charisma out of all of you.
I know.
So there's a very good likelihood that she would be. Yeah, with a 29, she is.
Jason?
Yeah?
We're separating our bedrolls really far apart tonight.
Why?
He looks at the wood elf and then looks at the...
Gotcha.
So that day where they're walking and nothing happens?
Nothing happens. The second day, however, is when something potentially happens. Let's see here. What is your passive perception?
1 second. Tybalt scores. Because if that wood elf comes up pregnant with a demon baby, it's going to be hilarious.
What is your passive perception?
14.
14?
Mm-hmm.
So... 1, 2...
Oh, and I'm assuming I healed that damage.
3, 1 second. 4...
It was 3 points of damage.
You were down 3 points of damage. That was it.
Well, after I ate my good berries, yes.
Did you have any mana left over?
Yes, to cast good berry. So I have good berries for today.
Then if you were down 3 hit points spread over 7 days, you would not have healed those 3 hit points.
40 spread over 7?
How many-
38.
Okay, how much damage had you taken?
3.
You took 3 damage. So you had to heal, how many hit points do you have?
38.
38, and you had took 3 damage. So you had 35.
You always say it's all of the hit points,
What?
not the amount of hit points left.
No,
Divide by 7.
you get full hit points after a long rest. A long rest is 7 full days.
Yes.
So in 7 full
38
days.
divided by
No,
7.
not 38. You don't take that because you only have 3 damage done. So you only have to heal 3 points of damage. So 3 points of damage for 7 days is every 2 days you heal the damage. So no, you haven't healed that 3 damage.
That's stupid because if I give you a paper cut, that's like saying, oh, the paper cut hasn't healed
It
today.
just means that it's the way the system works because it's either that or after 8 hours of rest, you gain back 5 million hit points.
Oh, what I'm saying is it should be the amount of all of your hit points. Divide by 7. Not all of what you have left. Because that's like saying, oh, you got a minor
that would
throat
actually
abrasion.
That would actually work better. I don't know why they changed it from the 3rd edition of just you get 1 hit point per level, per character level, plus your con mod per day. It was a simple, easy formula.
Because having 3 damage out of nearly 40?
I don't know why they fucking did this stupid long... 5th edition, you're fucking stupid. This whole bullshit of long rest, short rest. The short rest makes sense. Short rest is good. This bullshit long rest for how you heal is bullshit. The best way to run a physical pen and paper RPG on how many hit points you heal should be based on a mathematical formula. I don't care how you figure out the formula. But there should be a fucking formula. Learn.
Like the one I just created?
Yeah.
Total number of hit points divided by 7 equals how many hit points healed a day?
That's what I'm doing right there. So just take your daily HP, healing, and that will equal, and it has to be a full day of rest. So a full day of just riding on a horse, doing nothing strenuous, just effectively relaxing. You take your total maximum HP, you divide it by 7, and then you round down, if necessary. If necessary.
It'll be that thing with Max that you hate me for.
Hmm? Thing with Max? What?
5 hit points.
What?
Something in a game. Where I swipe sideways at all 4 fingers and it pops up a screen where it can
You have 38 hit points divided by 7 is 5.42.
Round down, 5. So I'm
So,
back.
format cells, general, equals, round down, bracket, bracket, this, divide by 7, bracket, comma, 0, bracket, enter. Boom! I love learning how to use Excel. Really, really love the fact that Excel works the way it does. Daily HP, margin center, wrap text. This is just going to take me a second because I actually like that method. So I'm going to use that method. And for me to be able to keep your NPCs going, at least the common ones that you've been dragging along with you, like Tybalt and Jason, I need to put the formula in.
I just put it next to my temp bonus is 5 HP's last day rest.
I don't want to have to keep doing it every time I level them. So round down, bracket, bracket, this, divide by 7, bracket, comma, 0, bracket, enter. and double check it. 53 divided by 7. Boom! He heals 4 a day. So he will go down to only 2 damage taken. And Uthgrim, this is disgusting. Uthgrim, being a level 4 character, 2-level barbarian, 2-level fighter, has 46 hit points.
You know what you could do? You know how they now have spells that increase with every level you go up?
Yeah.
You could also have it that after you reach level 10, it becomes you need 14 short rests to achieve your max hit points.
Why?
Because it would be more equivalent to how much sturdier you've gotten. No matter how sturdy you are, if you get a deep laceration, it's still going to take 5-7 days to heal.
That's true. So after level 10, it increases to 14 days for a long rest.
Because that would
to
be
get fully healed. Because then if you have like 200 hit points plus at level 20,
yeah, that'd be like
you're not going to heal 200 hit points in 7 days.
Exactly, because they'd be able to take more beating. That's
but it's also going to take them longer to recover from said beating if they get taken down to damn near dead.
Yeah, it'd be like a professional wrestler. I mean, like actual wrestler, like MMA fighter, wrestler. You know, getting knocked unconscious, comes back up. 2 days later, they're not feeling a thing from the concussion. Versus when I had my concussion.
And when I've had my concussion,
I was down for 8 months.
So there we go.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I do. So that's done. Uthgrim has 10 damage still on him. Tybalt has 2 damage still on him. And
considering I had good berries from yesterday, that would have went bad.
yeah, you had 4 good berries that were unaccounted for.
No, we already took those, but it's already been 1 day because we're on the 2nd day.
Yeah, so there's still 10.
So I'm rolling. It's between 10. And I would have spent at least.
You had a whole day of doing nothing, so you could have easily spent a couple of mana doing it.
Yeah, 8 and 5.
So that's actually enough to do all of the 10 damage on Uthgrim, and then 3 damage on Tybalt, which, yeah, it's everyone. Done. Everyone's full hit points.
And we still have how many for today? 4, 5, 9, 2.
So what you
9,
do?
9, 20. 20 berries. We have 20 berries to do all 8 of us.
Because you cast it twice?
I cast it 4 times.
Okay.
But that was with yesterday's mana.
Yeah, so it goes bad tonight. So the second day as you're traveling, you do spot something. The second day is your bigger day of travel. The second day of travel is the one where you're traveling for 14 hours roughly, because you're pushing to get all the way to Phandelver by that nighttime. You're almost outside of the woods. You're at the southern tip of the woods for the most part.
Before we veer out.
Before you veer all the way out. You, Tybalt, everybody seems to spot something.
Oh, 1 second. I just want to clarify. Us shouting at one another when we're gaming like that? And a whole, no. Are you mad at me right now?
God, no.
Okay, I'm not mad at you, but a lot of people see us fight, gaming like that. They forget that we no longer are just husband and wife when we're gaming. Like, remember how Lee left because he just couldn't handle the stress between us? But neither of us was angry at each other?
Because he doesn't like any type of conflict at all.
I just want to clarify, we're not actually pissed at each other. It was just, both of us are very stubborn. And get very animated when we believe we're right. I still love you, though.
I still love you. Of course I do.
Okay, so what we spot?
I need to check these 4 cantrips for Tybalt, because he's got a new cantrip that he can cast. Every one of you seems to spot something. Hiding amongst the trees.
Including the lower level druids?
Even the lower level druids. Hiding amongst the trees using camouflage paint from a disguise kit. You can easily spot, some a little bit easier than others, what looks like an orc hiding amongst the trees. He has the standard longbow weapon on his side, but he looks like he's actually hiding in the trees, trying to go unnoticed. He's got proper camouflage paint on to help him blend in. Considering it's summertime, proper coloring, patterns, and leaves. And he looks like he's trying to hide as good as he can, but he just rolled complete shit. Your passive perception picks him up with ease. And it appears that your barbarian notices him. Takes one of his javelins, hucks it up so it comes out of its sheath, grabs it, and is hurling it at the frickin' orc, trying to, flat up kill it.
Well, since he's springing the attack, and the orc thinks he was being stealthy, it was a little orc brain.
Little orc brain. So, first thing I'm rolling is...
When I see him attacking, I'm doing coils.
He's not within 30 feet of you.
Oh, he isn't? You said not far, so...
Yeah, he's not far, but he's not within 30 feet. So, the attack with a ranged weapon with Uthgrim is 4. 17 plus 4 is 21.
Alright, in that case,
He has half cover, so 17, that's still a hit.
Pummel.
Pummel?
Yes.
What's the range on pummel?
Shit, I misread that. I thought it said more than 30 feet. I'm sorry, there was one above it that said 150 feet.
And now I'm going to need initiatives between everybody.
I could do Moonbeam, but that seems a little bit over.
You don't waste your actual magics.
Natural 20.
With bonus?
My initiative did go up, right? And that's
No,
Dex.
just Dex non. Dex mod?
22. Was everything on my sheet pre-formatted if it's a wisdom to boost?
Yes.
Okay.
That's all done for you.
Only asking, because sometimes you format my sheet and other times you don't.
Yeah, everything's done for you. I was able to get it to work. So you actually have top initiative. You see one orc just get partially impaled with a javelin.
Are there any other orcs?
Not that you can see. Looks like it's one lone orc, probably out hunting. Because orcs do hunt quite a bit. They're very tribal and nomadic.
Is Graham close enough I can grab one of his javelins?
He's within a movement range for you to then take your other half of your movement to grab one of his javelins, yes.
No, I wanted to grab it and throw it.
You can do that. Half your movement to get to him, half your movement to grab it, and then action to throw it.
Because I'm proficient with javelins. No reason why I can't. So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
So make a ranged attack roll. So dexterity modifier plus your proficiency bonus. If you're proficient with javelins.
I am. Where is my range? Or is that just always?
It's always dex mod plus proficiency.
So this doesn't have like range like the other one.
It's always going to be, if you're proficient with the weapon, proficiency plus range bonus is your dex mod, melee bonus is your strength mod.
21.
21 will hit by 3 points. 1d6 plus your strength mod, or 1d6 plus your dex mod for damage.
Dex, strength, doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's the same for you.
6 plus 2, 8.
8 damage?
Yes.
He's badly injured and on the ground. That's your turn. Next highest initiative is Jason.
Tuk tuk! Stuck to a tree, most likely. Natural 20? Is that natural 20?
Yep.
I thought I saw, because your 20 has a bifurcation on it where it's half black, half gold.
Yep. Martial strength and you see Jason looks around. We're not alone. 5 other orcs. Expose them if you have the spell to do it. Firebolt to one of them. And because of his AC bonus from cover, Jason misses.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Instruction, strength blessing. Takes 1 minute.
6, 7.
Martial strength. Immune to exhaustion. Too bad. So pain.
We're about to be a pain in this guy's side. Little orcs.
Yeah, but is it one of your prepared spells?
I didn't have enough spells prepared, and it was one of the ones I wanted.
I'll allow it, but make sure you do your bolding.
I did. I had spells. 7. I miscounted. I was off by 1.
Creatures wrecked by horrific pain, so the duration of the spell creatures at a disadvantage on attack and ability checks begin at each turn, so it makes a saving throw to have it end. Or disarm to get rid of their weapons. Incapacitating someone is a lot better than just disarming them. Fiery eyes. Tybalt got a brand new cantrip, so big tome of spells. And it goes from Jason's turn, who misses, to their turn with a 19. You don't know where they are, so this does count. This cunts! Yes, this cunts. Cunt. Adult warning, maybe? I don't know. I need to figure out the rules on surprise rounds. I think you just get an advantage. That's right, you don't get your stuff for the rest of the turn. That's sort of surprise initiative, and they have advantage on their attack rolls. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more orcs are making themselves known from the bushes and the trees, as well as up in the trees. Out of the 5 of them, 2 of them are rushing in for melee combat, targeting you guys. 3 of them are shooting you with their orcish longbows. This guy on the ground is getting the fuck away. He's taking his move action to stand up and his attack action to take the dash option to move 30 feet and get the fuck out of here. So he's moving 45 feet in total away from everybody. He's running.
Get the fuck out of dodge.
Because he's almost dead and he doesn't want to die. So I want to deal with the archers first. So with the archers, there's 3 of them. However, there is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 targets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the female one is 8. The human druid with you guys is being targeted. You are being targeted, and Tybalt is being targeted. So let's first deal with the human being targeted by the orc. So we are looking at +5 to hit. How the fuck does that work? D&D, your math is wrong. Unless the +5 to hit doesn't take into consideration their melee damage, their melee attack. Javelin, melee or ranged. They're giving me the melee option for the damage, not the ranged option for damage. So that means the proficiency bonus is 2. Really wish this monster manual would give me their proficiency bonus in case I want to modify them a bit. So 2 proficient with the 1 that gives them plus 3. Armor class?
16.
No shield.
Oh, no shield?
You didn't say
14.
you had your shield out, and it's not normal to carry a big heavy shield like this while you're on horseback all bloody day long.
14.
14? The armor you can be wearing. So, it's attacking. It has advantage due to the fact that you didn't know its exact location.
Do I have cloven backwards ankle feet?
Check online for pictures of Dragonborn. And with the proficiency, or the fact that they have the advantage, he does manage to score a hit. You get hit with a longbow for... Now, I know that D&D doesn't, in 5th edition, have compound bows, or, not composite bows, but composite bows are a real thing, because the average bow in medieval history was a 35-pound bow. That was the standard bow that was used by regular people for small game. However, the European longbow, the traditional warfare bow, and also the bow you would use to take down big game like elk and bison, was traditionally upwards to 60 pounds and more. Now, that might not sound like a lot of weight, but that's 60 pounds on a single string that you're hauling back and holding with 2 fingers. So therefore, despite the fact that D&D 5th edition does not have the composite or the compound, no, what did they call it in 3rd edition? Composite? No, compound. Composite bow. It does exist, because all 3rd edition had for the composite bow was, you pay more money, you have a bow that you can roll to add your strength modifier for damage, because the draw on it was so tough that you had to have a specific strength to successfully draw and knock the bow back properly and not have your hands shaking like this. It's a real thing. So 5th edition, it's really easily translated. You substitute accuracy for power. So normally in 5th edition you get to add your dexterity modifier for damage. However, you're going to go with a higher strength bow draw. Then you get to add your strength modifier based on whatever type of bow you got. In return, you don't get to add your dex modifier because you're sacrificing some of your quote unquote precision for damage with your strength modifier. Unless of course you take archery or proficiencies, and then I'll get into a different whole kettle of fish. But fuck you, D&D. You got another thing wrong. 3rd edition got it better. At least 3rd edition took into consideration actual medieval weaponry and fighting techniques. 5th edition doesn't seem to do that. Most of 5th edition I like, just some of the historical inaccuracies that I know for a fact were real and how they worked drives me crazy. So you're looking at 9 damage. And make for me a Constitution saving throw.
21.
21? More than enough. You're not poisoned. Your human ally. easily hit. 4? Oh, thankfully, only 4 damage. Now, first level druid. It's 8. So 3 plus con mod 5. He just took 4 damage. He's down to 1. He's barely alive. Constitution saving throw. He's not good. He gets hit with the bow. He immediately falls off the horse as hits the ground, and one more good shot, he's probably going to die. He's in a really bad shape. The 3rd archer from the orcs is attacking Tybalt. Tybalt has an armor class of 14. And even with advantage, that is 3, that's a 14, that's just barely a hit. So Tybalt takes 4 points of damage. Hellish Rebuke, if he's within range. Because the bastard just shot me with an arrow, so if he's within range, he's getting a Hellish Rebuke. 60 feet. He is within 60 feet. And I cast as a second level spell, so this will do 3d10 fire damage if it fails a dex saving throw of 13. It makes the dex save. Ha! So 3d10 divided by 2. Not bad damage. 15, 18, it takes 9 damage. Severely burns them. And now the two that are rushing in. So, orcs have a neat new ability, which I actually kind of like. As a bonus action, the orc can move up to its speed towards a hostile creature that it can see. So it can move its standard 30 feet, plus another 30 feet as a bonus action, plus another 30 feet as a dash. An orc will win a chase, because an orc can move up to 90 feet in a single turn, whereas a standard PC can only move 60 feet unless they have a feat that enables them to do otherwise. Never try to run away from an orc. It's like a dog. The orc will win. The orc will chase and catch you. So, two orcs are rushing up. They don't have a lot of maneuverability, but one of them does have a nice big old great axe. The other one has what looks like a great club. And because of what you guys are, there's so many of you. One is automatically targeting Uthgrim. That's a guarantee. And the other one is targeting one of your horses. But on which person? Chasen. They are targeting Chasen's horse.
The quickest horse. Jason has the quickest horse. I have the smartest horse. Sybil has the fat horse.
So they are targeting Chasen's horse, and I now have to go and find mounted combat. I don't know how mounted combat works in 5th edition. Page 198. I'm not sure if you have to have a specific feat or proficiency or something.
Sorry, I'm doodling.
Mounting and disarming, controlling a mount.
If my doodling is bothering you, let me know.
It isn't. Willing creature that has at least one size larger than you and has an appropriate anatomy can serve as a mount. That's normal. Mounting and disarming. Once during your move, you can mount a creature within 5 feet if you're effective move against controlling a mount. You have two options. You can either control the mount to allow it to act independently, and you can control and allow it to train and accept domestic horses. Independent retains its place, initiative order. In either case, if the mount provokes an opportunity attack while you're on it, the attacker can target you or the mount. Moves to directed and only has 3 actions: dash, disengage, dodge. A control mount can move and act even on your turn you're on it. So it looks like it's just the standard. It has to try to hit me. So the horse, however, is not going to have a really high armor class. That's why the orc is targeting the horse. Skeleton, warhorse skeleton, unicorn,
No.
draft horse. I'm into the horses, so I'm in the right area. What the hell? Weird giant seahorse.
What?
I have no idea. Riding horse. Here we go. Armor class 10. Orc is attempting to take the axe and chop off one of the horse's legs. 19 on die. That'll hit. That'll do significant damage to the horse. 12 plus 3. Merfolk, Marrow, Mimic, Mind Flare, Naga, Nightmare, Ogre, 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 Half Ogre, Onai. Come on. That's oozes. I don't need an ooze. I need the orc. Should have paid attention to what page this was on. Sorry, love.
Okay, I'm doodling.
And the orc is on page 247, and the orc gets to do 1d12 plus 3 damage, rerolling 1s and 2s. Thank God I just said rerolling 1s and 2s, because I just rolled a 1. So 7 damage to the horse. That's enough to make the horse go lame.
Until I heal it.
Yep. But poor little Chasen has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Or be squished.
Or gets pinned under the horse. And Chasen is pinned under the horse. And is the staff that he carries, his glass staff, within his reach from after falling off the horse? With a 23, it would be. So, now the one attacking Uthgrim. Coming over, taking the club, and doing like a high swing to try to hit the shield that Uthgrim has to force him off the horse. It's still an attack, but he's hoping that the impact will be enough to take him off the horse. And with a 3 on die, that does not hit. Uthgrim just blocks it with the shield with ease and deflects the blow. And that is the enemy's turn. And then it goes to Uthgrim with a 16, who has a height advantage over the orc, because
I'm
he's...
thinking my dragon wouldn't wear boots.
Probably not. Most Dragonborns don't. His magical battle axe in hand, shield up, and downward swing on the Dragonborn. Or on the orc. Wow, I'm getting everything mixed up.
Why is he trying to kill me?
I don't know.
Is it because you're looking at my art?
Probably. I will go reckless attack, though. I will go reckless attack. I just need to check. Do you have to be raging to use reckless attack? I don't believe you do.
You haven't been so far.
I was doing it once. I'm almost positive you don't. You just choose to take an advantage on your attack roll, but then your opponents have an advantage on their attack roll against you. But he has an armor class of 17 with his shield, so odds are in his favor that he'll be, protected. With +5, so it's +6 actually. That's a 16. That's a barely hit. So he manages to smash the orc for 1d8 plus 4 damage.
Dragonborns have tiny waists. Just throwing that out there.
12 damage to this one. That does a significant amount of damage to that orc.
Because they're built like lizards, they have very small waists.
And Uthgrim has a bunch of abilities that he can do. Bonus action, I can shove a creature with my shield, which will send him prone, or I can take my action, I can never say that, action surge to hit him again. He's got a big ass weapon. Action surge. I know I'm not going to be able to use it until I take a short rest, and I can only use it once per day, or once at every short rest. And I need a week to replenish that short rest. Do I want to use it? No. I don't. So I'll shove him. I'll take the shield and shove him. I have a... Not much. Oh, I actually got it. The orc is shoved over. the shield to the face. That's Uthgrim's turn. And then I'll take my move action to dismount the horse, giving up my advantage, and start moving towards Chasen to get him unpinned from his horse. And then it goes to Tybalt's turn. Tybalt, seeing 2 archers, 3 archers, 1 injured, 1 still full, 1 trying to flee.
Take the one that's running.
Tybalt's going to move the horse towards the one that dropped Chasen's horse. And he is going to draw his sword for the other half of that movement, because everyone's kind of close towards one another. And then cast the cantrip Fiery Eyes. You spot Tybalt's eyes glow with an unnatural demonic fire. It actually emits light 5 feet around everything, like all around him, to the point where it illuminates the area.
Creepy.
He stares at one spot for 3 rounds. Any combustible materials burst into flames because it actually produces heat. But if he looks into the eyes of another creature within 10 feet, that creature must make a wisdom saving throw or become incapacitated for 1 round, being fascinated and unnerved by the unearthly light.
Does that count for me?
No, because he's not looking into your eyes. So he's casting that, and all you hear him say is, "Look into my eyes, you filthy little orc." And the orc doesn't have to look into his eyes, he just has to look into the orc's eyes. But the orc has to make a DC 13 wisdom saving throw, which is going to be bad for the orc. That's a fail. So he's incapacitated. This orc is now incapacitated and can't do anything to defend himself, thus opening up an AOO to anybody that's directly around him. One of your druid companions is going to draw a scimitar and slash. They can't draw for AOOs. That sucks. Oh well. So it does go to their turn. So
What about me?
you're not within striking distance.
I have spells.
You can't spells for AOO. That's an actual feat you can take for that. Opportunist. One of your druid companions is going to slash the incapacitated orc. Another one of your druid companions is going to slash the incapacitated orc. Looking nice.
I know his face isn't as muzzly as most, but I'm going off of Tyrion's lineage, so short muzzle.
2 successful hits, one of them being critical. 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 damage onto the incapacitated one. Drops him down to near dead and dying. The wood elf, female, druid's proficient with longbows. You should have your weapon proficiencies.
Clubs, daggers, darts, javelins, maces, quarterstaffs, scimitars, sickles. No bows.
No bows. That makes no sense.
I know.
How can a druid not be proficient with the original hunting weapon? Bows have been around for like 10,000 years. A bow is more of a hunting druidic weapon than a frickin' scimitar.
Clubs, daggers, darts, javelins, maces, quarterstaffs, scimitars, sickles, and
Bows.
usually it says spears.
Bows.
Because darts and spears are like...
You can add bows. The original hunters, druids are based off of what? Hunter-gatherers that love nature.
Wait. Slings and spears.
Yeah.
It still doesn't say bow.
You can add bow. Druids are based off of the preservation of nature, living in harmony with nature, and I'm sorry, the most delicate way to kill something that you're hunting is with a bow, not a sling. Or a spear. You just can't use the metal-tipped arrowheads. Stone, wood,
well, you can use metal tip, because if we can use friggin'
Scimitars. Yeah.
And we can use studded armor, and we can use shields.
Yeah, go right ahead. Add bows, because that's, again, stupid. Druids were the original hunter-gatherers of the ancient world. And bows have been the original weapon of how to kill long range. Just originally, they were made out of bone and sinew, as opposed to wood and string. So, yeah, bows are being added as an additional weapon proficiency for druids, because it makes no logical sense to my mind that a druid can't be proficient with a original weapon of all of humanity. So the female is going to take her bow and shoot one of the archers. Critical fucking hit. Wow, your companions that you grew up with are doing really fucking well. 10 plus her dexterity modifier of 3, so that's 13 damage. She basically shoots him right in the frickin' head. He's down. Your druid allies have nothing they can do. And then it goes to the start of a whole brand new round. Your turn. Two archers are injured. One has run away. One archer is fine. One of the orcs with the great axe is incapacitated.
How are the orcs lined up?
They're not lined up.
So
they're scattered all over the place, and there's two that are right amongst all of you.
are the two that are amongst us at any amount of a line?
No.
Damn it. I'm trying.
And if they are, your allies are as well.
You know what? I'm gonna make it a fuck ton easier for all my friends. Leaf ball 100 square foot.
Now they don't have that +5 to their armor class from being hidden for those damned archers. The only reason why the archers have been hit so far is natural 20s.
Yeah, all those leaves. It says 100 square feet. I'm not going up 100 square, but it says one tree or 100 square feet, so I'm doing 100 square feet. But
Yep.
only like 10 feet up. So 10 feet by 10 feet by 10 feet by 10 feet.
So you can expose the archers, so that way they don't have their bonus to armor class anymore from cover. Well, as much cover. They just have the +2 from partial cover from trees.
Naked trees.
Yeah, not full trees. That's your turn?
But don't forget, it says leaves. So that's plants, ferns are wilting.
Yep, everything.
Shrubs, thistles.
Goes to Chasen's turn. Stuck under a frickin' horse. There's an incapacitated orc right above him.
Is the horse's leg clean off?
You know, it did enough damage, yeah, the horse would have lost his leg.
Or is it still hanging on by like a thread?
It was 4 damage to the horse's hit points, so 8% of it is still left attached. There's still just the skin and muscle,
Can I
basically.
take a free action yell at Chasen?
Mm-hmm.
Good berry horse!
Fish out a good berry, cram it into the horse's mouth, throw it into the back of its mouth.
Now
1 magical hit point. The horse is going to try to stand. That's all Jason can do. The horse is standing up for its turn.
Now Jason's not pinned.
Now Jason's not pinned.
And that horse can fucking run.
And then it goes to the enemy's turn. He's incapacitated. He is going to take a bonus action to move over towards Uthgrim, and he is going to attack with the Great Club on Uthgrim. Uthgrim did a reckless attack, so he has an advantage on his attack roll. He still has to hit a 17. 6-11. Grim spins around, blocks it with the shield, and deflects it. Archers. 2 archers are damn near dead.
Do I have my shield up now since I'm no longer on my horse?
You never said you got off your horse.
So when I was going to grab the javelin, you said I have to take a move action.
Yeah, you're still on your horse. You didn't have to get off your horse for that.
I thought I did.
No. You didn't have to leave your horse, and you didn't say you were getting off your horse. You just moved the horse up next to Uzgrim because he was still on his horse. 2 of the archers that are injured are booking it. They're moving 60 feet and leaving because they're almost dead and they don't want to stick around to actually die. They have no desire to die today.
Did one successfully get away, or did somebody nab it on the way out?
One got away because he's moving another 60 feet and he's gone. And then it goes to 1 archer left. 1 archer, 1 ally, 1 incapacitated ally. Odds are not looking good for any of you. They've hit 1 of you guys with an arrow, who seems to be sufficiently poisoned. He's going to draw back the bow, and he's going to attack
Me?
Tybalt.
Poor Tybalt.
It's always him.
Then re-roll it and see if it's that fucking dice, because you always use that one. No, okay. If I say re-roll it, I mean use a different dice.
I did. I used this one.
Oh.
Then I used this one.
Tybalt's meant to get hit.
It's always Tybalt. Always. And it misses. Tybalt is fine. And then he's taking his 30-foot move to leave. Because he's vastly outnumbered and his allies are being taken down. So he's leaving for his 30-foot move. Next highest initiative is 16. Uthgrim. Uthgrim turns and looks at the orc. You are very stupid. Reckless attack. Axe in hand. Don't want the axe. Drop the shield. Draw the hand axe. Poof, poof. Battle axe. Hit. Hand axe. Hit. Thank you, reckless attack. Battle axe. Hand axe. Battle axe gets to add 3, 4, plus 3. 4 plus 3 is 7. Because I get to add 3, 6, 7 damage to whatever I roll here. 7 plus maximum damage. Look at that. Look at that. 8 and 6. 7 plus 14 is 21 damage. 21 damage actually takes into negative 18. The orc. That's enough to kill the orc outright. Like, flat up kill it. You just see him come in, axe, battle axe hits like this, the hand axe comes in, hits, and you actually see the hand axe goes in really deep, and there's these massive gashes. Part of the orc's head is actually cleaved completely open and exposing the brain and bone as the orc just slumps to the ground, completely dead. No gurgling, no heavy breathing, no nothing, just not even moving an inch. And that was Uthgrim. Goes to Tybalt. Now that he's incapacitated, Tybalt draws his sword, downward slice. Because I have advantage for having the height, I roll a natural 20. It's a critical hit with the +1 sword. So Tybalt ends up with +4 damage on top of this, so 14 damage. He's now down and dying. Tybalt then jumps off the horse and grabs him by the hair that he has on his head. Sword in hand, puts it right to the thing's neck. Yes or no?
The orc?
He's looking at you guys going, yes or no, do I kill it?
eat him.
Shank! Shank! Spins the blade around so that way he has the blade facing down. Gladiator kill. Right through here, straight into the heart and lung area. Shank! Shank! Filthy orcs. Just tosses the sword to the side as it vanishes in thin air. Summons it back, sheaths it nice and clean.
That's cheating to clean. You know that?
It works. Uthgrim just goes over, picks up the orc that has its head partially cleaved open, takes the hand axe and starts to chop its neck until he actually decapitates the head.
You like decapitating things.
If it doesn't have a head, it's not likely to stand back up. Goes over to a tree, sticks it on one of the exposed branches. Now the orcs will stay out of your woods.
Turning around and looking at the other druids. Are you going to help your friend?
3 of them are fine. One is badly injured on the ground with an arrow sticking out of his gut, going, "This is the type of injury that can kill someone, right?
Yep.
Then why aren't any of you fucking helping me?"
Come on. He's looking at the other 3. Come
Which
on.
one of the 3 will respond? 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. 1 and 2. The first one I named off.
The male with elf.
Comes over.
Unless he was the one that was hit.
No, it was the human that got hit. Snaps the end of the arrow. Grabs a good berry from his pouch. Pops 2 of them into his mouth. Rips the arrow out. Puts 2 more into his mouth. I can't do anything if that was poisoned. And
it is poisoned.
Based on his sweats, probably is. And orcs like to use poisons. We all know that.
Black feathers. Poison.
Can't fix that.
Lesser restoration removes poison, correct?
Yep, lesser restoration is what level spell?
2.
The one that was, they helped their fallen ally up onto the horse.
I'm meditating for a minute.
Takes 2 minutes, 1 minute per spell level.
Oh, sorry, 2 minutes.
Uthgrim helps chasing up. All you hear from Uthgrim is, "You're stronger than you look, little wizard."
I'm walking over to the guy that got the arrow through his gut after my 2 minutes, which
Yep.
is basically everybody rounding up the horses. I'm looking over, feed that horse a few more good berries until its wound is completely gone.
One of them actually goes over, cure wounds.
I'm looking at the guy. Hands.
He's starting to shake already.
Come on. Lesser restoration.
Oh, I feel so much better. What is orcish poison?
I'm not entirely certain.
I don't like it.
Fast acting is probably something they derived from snakes. Although, given your sweats, you need water.
He grabs the water skin from his side and starts to drink some.
Drink till you're full. It'll burn off quick.
Uthgrim goes over to the dead orcs.
Going over to a pine tree, I'm shaving off some of the bark and throwing it in his water skin. Anti-inflammatory.
Uthgrim grabs.
How is your side? Is it still sore?
Oh, I'm fine now.
Looking at the one that actually went over and healed him. Good idea. Good berries after you pull the thing out.
Before, he was really badly injured.
He wasn't unconscious.
But wouldn't it cause damage to the internal organs by ripping it out? The blades are serrated.
Yes, but what you basically did was you healed the wound shut and then ripped it back open again.
I never even thought of it that way. You hear from the human, I sure as hell did.
And with arrow punctures like that, it's easier to not break it, shove it through the rest of the way.
What? You hear from the human?
Then break both tips off and gently pull out the stick. It won't shred any more organs because it's already most of the way through.
I think I like the sound of that one.
Hmm?
You hear the human. I don't think I like the sound of that one.
If you do get poisoned, try and find some sort of herbal tincture that'll slow the poison. Plenty of antidotes in the woods.
However, the rest of the trip out of the woods, across the fields to Phandelver, it's fine. No issues. Just that one small orc attack is all you had to deal with. And at like 10 o'clock at night, you see Phandelver after you've been on the road for 14 hours and you're all exhausted. By now, you do have the first level of exhaustion on you, which is just a disadvantage on all rolls.
Okay.
But you're in Phandelver and you're safe, so it doesn't actually matter game-wise speaking, mechanically, because there's nothing happening. But you get into Phandelver at like 10:30 at night.
I'm thinking that we are way too much for this one inn.
You hear from some of your allies, where should we stay then? Is there another inn?
Yeah, there's a stone giant inn up the road.
Alright, so where do we turn?
Follow the road. Continue up, it's on your left.
There'll be another road here from Tybalt. Once you get into the main square, the main circle, it'll be your first left. Follow that road, you'll find the sleeping giant. Just go down that road as you guys get in front of the Stonehill Inn. You walk in, it's late at night, so it's bustling with the drunkards that are there. They're all 3 sheets to the wind. Place is covered in smoke. You can hear the bird still playing off to the side. You can see the barkeep and his wife seem to be in pretty good humor, and the place has a complete general happy feel to it compared to the last few times you've been here.
Is this because the red brands are gone? Looking at the barkeep.
Well, if you can get in and talk over the sound of the bird and the ambient noise of everyone laughing and slapping their knees and smashing the tables with their fists and just having a roaring good time, bartender leans over and goes, "What?"
I'm going out back at this point. Doing this.
Follows you out back.
Is this because of the red brands are gone?
Yeah. You cleared them out. Everyone knows things are going to get better. A lot better. Quickly, too.
Oh, it's not much, but rummage. I hand him something.
What do you hand him?
It's a bundle.
Grabs it.
Cloth.
Okay, you don't need to give me anything. You and your friends did Phandelver more of a favor than...
You're holding that guy for us.
Puts it down, opens it up.
It's one of the squirrel hides, a rabbit hide, and a big chunk of dragon skin.
Wow. Is that
Green
like
dragon.
a giant lizard?
Green dragon.
Dragon.
Yes.
Dragon.
Yes.
Dragon. You actually kill... He goes up front, whistles as loud as he can. Hey, easy. Everybody. The heroes of Phandelver are here. And on top of everything they've done for us, they killed a dragon! You hear a loud roar, and all you're hearing is a whole bunch of people smashing their goblets on the table going, "Story! Story! Tell us how you did it!"
Does this to the wizard again. Wizards are better at stories.
Goes over to the fire and actually starts to tell the story. It was 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days
ago.
And he had 1 day healing. So Sildar's up to 20 hit points.
I'm going to check on Sildar.
He looks a lot better. He's actually sitting up, reading a book. Looks like he's getting accustomed to only having his left arm as he's holding it.
Were you normally right hand dominant?
Yeah. It's going to take some getting used to, but Bastards took my fucking arm and ate it. Like to see your back? Did you find Gundren?
We found it where the castle is.
One step closer.
Are you wanting to come with us? How much more healing do you have to do?
A couple days I should be right as rain.
Touching him with cure light wounds. Cure wounds? Whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, it's just cure wounds now. Are you casting it at level 1, level 2? So 2d8 plus your mod.
6 and 7.
So plus the mod.
Plus 3.
So
10, 16.
16? That actually fully heals them. There we go. Now I feel better.
Still armless, but...
Still harmless, but I can't do anything about that. But...
Give me a second, let me see.
They chopped it off here.
I'm trying to see if I can get a piece of hide and take some of that dragon bone that's articulated that I've saved and see if I can give him some sort of rig. Because a lot of times with false arms, the reason they work is because there's a strap that comes over the shoulder and attaches here. So as you go out, it forces it straight. If you want it bent, you have to stay in this range.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing if I can rig something up and attach it to him.
That would be definitely an intelligence check.
I'm smart, at least.
Yep, roll d20 and add your intelligence modifier.
I have a yes there, but that don't mean shite.
That's only for saving throws.
Does this count as my medicine?
No. This would be crafting, if anything.
19.
You can get something rudimentary, but it's just going to have, like, a bone at the end.
Still, it gives him something to pick up stuff with.
This will work for now. I'll find something back in Neverwinter.
You can attach a shield to it. Strapped to your back.
I can attach a shield to this.
The harness goes up and around your back. Pulls his own shield off and just slides it over the bone.
We'll have to jury rig a way to get the straps down so that way it'll actually lock in place.
Your shield will still...
He goes over, grabs his shield, slides this in.
If I add another piece...
We're going to have to add some type of leather thong and belt strapping here.
I have an idea. Why don't we just add another piece of bone right there and strap the two pieces together?
That would work.
So I'm stitching on another piece of the bone and adding a leather strap to wrap around to pinch the shield.
So I just have to undo these strappings to take the shield off. That'll work.
It's not great,
Gets
but...
it nice and tight. Alright, take my sword. Hit it. I need to see if it'll actually take a hit.
Okay.
Full
It
on.
should. Full swing. Wham!
And let's roll a check here.
That was a shitty hit, by the way.
What'd you
I
roll?
rolled a 4. I was like, hey, go up!
It will hold the hit.
Okay, do you want me to try that again without tripping?
Yeah.
That's better. 17 on die, plus my strength of 2.
Yep. It still holds.
How's it feel having that absorbed back into your stump?
A little tender, but that'll toughen up. Nothing too big.
You can always put a fur in there, some padding.
Yeah, I can deal with that. He undoes the strapping. Stands up. I feel much better. Thank you for the cure.
Let's see if, what was that chest? Let's see if Jason has any ideas on what we could put on that would be pinching at the end for you to grab stuff with. And maybe he has a way of fixing my rudimentary design.
Grabs the belt. Let me get my belt on.
Yes. Here, want to see a trick? Slide the belt through the loop.
There's no loops. Medieval things didn't have loops. He's wanting to put his belt on so that way he can actually keep his tunic shut tight.
Doesn't it have that one leather loop that it wraps under?
That's for the belt itself.
Mm-hmm.
Pants back then and clothing back then, they didn't have belt loops. The only thing he could do is take the belt, put it through the ring,
Yeah, that's what I'm
up
talking
and
about.
around, create a big loose one, step into it, pull it up, and then tighten and cinch it. Like getting a skirt on.
Works. Fastens it. Tight. Is that too tight?
Nope, that's fine. It has the frog already on the side. Grabs his sword, sheaths it.
It's not like you take your pants off very often when you're traveling.
Puts the dagger in his boot. Goes out front.
Chase it!
Looks over from one of the tables. Book head still in the book.
You're smart.
What? Shuts the book, grabs his glass staff, walks over. What's up?
I said you're smart.
Yeah, a little bit.
Can you make any tweaks on my design? I used the articulated joint from the wing of the drag and attached it to a small casing I made of the dragon hide that'll stick to his skin.
I don't want a double layer of fur so it doesn't rub his stump raw. At least a double layer thick fur.
So you think double over squirrel fur?
Or preferably a bear fur.
I'm a bear. I have 2 squirrels.
That'll work.
But the problem is if I do that the entire way up, it won't hold as efficiently up here. So I need to leave at least this much of the dragon scales because they're waterproof because they're sticky.
As for the only thing I can think of is we need to find a way to put a scoop on the end of that.
Something to grasp.
I can't think of any way of grasping things.
Except, a hand. If there was some way we could get a hand and tear it apart and pull all the ligaments and attach them without it going into rigor, without it decaying.
I can't think of anything other than just. Well,
Gauntlet. What do we put a gauntlet on it?
the gauntlet doesn't close.
No, but it still gives him a hand.
We wouldn't be able to do anything with it.
No, but if we filled it and had it seized in this position, you could still cup things.
That would work. Fill it with something. What would we fill it with? Sand?
Mud. Mud dries hard. Thick clay.
Well, we got the gauntlets from the ring mail from Bazin's old armor. He goes through it, grabs one of the gauntlets because he was only using one of them. Goes out back, gets some mud, fills it up.
I'm helping him make the clay so it'll be like air drying clay that'll actually be efficient.
Gauntlets don't have a good range anyways as it is.
Yeah.
You usually never open your hand all the way, so it'll still allow him to cup it. We just have to find a way to stop it from closing completely.
Once the clay hardens.
Yeah.
Unless the fingers break, they'll be fine. In which case, we can get a metal pipe from the shop and fasten it somehow. Either strapping or something, so that if he does want it tighter.
Yeah, I'll go work on that. It's late, but I'll go work on it.
Oh, did you see the way I could figure out how to get the shield on there?
That works. I'm gonna go get something to tighten the hand so it doesn't shut all the way on him. And then I am going up to bed. We have an early day tomorrow.
I know, Marissa, snore!
And he goes and does that and then goes to bed. And Tybalt is relishing in the story. Because by the time the story is done, it's like 11 o'clock, 11:30 at night. And he's relishing in the adoration of people not looking down on him for being a tiefling.
Anymore?
And he'll be using his persuasion abilities to try to talk to as many women as he possibly can.
While he's doing that, I'm gonna go over to the stone giant.
Your friends are settling in quite nicely. There's still a few people there, but nowhere near as much as at me and you guys are at.
Because the red brands were known to be there.
Exactly.
I'm looking at the innkeeper. Any more red brands show up?
No. You must have got rid of them all.
Hopefully.
Nice. How are you dealing with the orcs next?
Killed some of them outside.
Well, we can always look into the orcs. You hear from the female, from your friends. I can't remember what her name was.
But this, when we're done what we're doing, if it doesn't already kill off the orcs, we'll take you with us so you guys can earn some experience.
That works. At least that way if something goes wrong.
We have like, what, 6 healers?
Yeah. We're not all going to just get obliterated.
Looking at the innkeeper. These are my friends from the grove.
I'll treat them right.
Looking at the woman. You mind coming with me? I have someone to introduce you to.
She gets up.
I'm walking down the road to the halfling's house.
Okay.
Knocking on the door.
Halfling opens the door. Yes, hi. Glad to see that you're back.
Remember how I said I'd bring you a druid?
Yeah, I didn't think you'd be talking about yourself, though.
No. He points behind himself to her. Like Valentine or something like that.
Okay, this is your friend?
Yes.
Come in, sit down. Are you hungry? It's late, but I can always put a pot of tea on for everybody.
She hasn't quite gotten to the level of being able to completely fix your fields, but she is curative. She does have basic spells, and she is learning. Looking at her, the reason I brought you was 2 women that were beaten and raped.
I'll do what I can to look after this place for as long as I can.
Are they still here with you?
Yeah, they're sleeping right now, though. I'm always up late, shutting down the house, things like that. But, yeah, you're welcome here anytime. You hear from your friend. I'll stay for as long as I can. When you help us take care and dispatch those orcs, I should have a good understanding of what it means to fend properly. So, you've been on the road for a long time, as have I. Go back and get some sleep.
Maybe I'd introduce you to her, so that way.
I'll stick around here for a few minutes and talk with her. What's your name? The line. Yours?
Helena or something like that. One second. Albanese.
She looks at you. If I don't see you in the morning before you take off to continue your journey, safe travels. You're afraid of going back to the Stonehill Inn?
Mm-hmm.
Sleeping for the night?
Fuck yes.
And then the next day...
Unless a whore follows me into my room, then I'm fucking a whore.
Good chance, despite the fact you're a dragonborn.
What does that mean? All that means I have a big pokey dick.
It's covered in spines and scales.
Ribbed for her pleasure.
And bleeding, too.
Wouldn't be that spiny. I'm not all over spiny.
14%? Yeah. You will have more than a few people drunk off their gourd, but they want a hero.
Lizard dicks are pointy. You look at a lizard dick, it's just like a dog's dick. Pokey sheath comes out fine. Don't you watch enough of the Nature Channel?
No, I don't. And your night goes by pretty much uneventfully.
This girl has a dragonborn kid, I'm gonna laugh.
And the next morning you have to take off and head towards Cragmaw Castle. But it is 12 o'clock in the morning, so that's where we're going to inevitably have to stop for the night. And hopefully on the next time we pick up, we'll be able to do Cragmaw and...
Your dick.
I'm okay with that. do Cragmont and the Wayback Cave and actually see if you can stop the Black Spider.
You're still dick.
Why?
Because the last time we played till 1:30 in the morning and almost 2. This time you're cutting it off at 12.
Why? Give me a good reason.
My back, your back.
That's not a good reason. And it's going to take a lot more than an hour to do the Cragmont Castle. But that is everything for now. We'll catch you on the next one.